What's happening, guys, and welcome to Basic Benjamin. Today I've got a special hatchback that I've waited for quite a long time to get onto this channel because I am a massive Audi fan, as you guys know, and I wanted to get a car that was not only a huge competitor but something that I would consider selling my Audi S3 for. And this one goes without question as being one of the, I would say, one of the most exciting cars that I've driven in a very, very long time. And the car in question today is the 2017 Ford Focus RS. When it comes to Ford, we all know about the Focuses, and mostly the Focus STs, but when it comes to the Ford Focus RS, there's not many of these, and these stopped production last year, August I think it was. We in South Africa are not going to be getting the new ST, but we're also not going to be seeing the RS. Unfortunately, this is the last RS, and today I got a special drive in one of these. So this RS is one of my very good mates. He has just picked it up and we are shooting literally a week later. So I'm really excited to finally get one of these cars on the vlog. A lot of you might be asking that aren't familiar with Ford is how can I differentiate if this is an RS from a normal ST? Well, so this being a Ford, we all know that this comes from a country called America. And the one thing that Americans love doing or are really good at is something called marketing. And this is how you would know if you're driving next to, in front of, or behind one of these. Like over here, situated literally right there. And the last final one is in the front. So the new Ford RS doesn't hesitate to advertise that you are driving in front of, behind, or right next to an RS. And don't worry, because there's a lot more RS that comes on the interior. So without further ado, let's dive into the new RS. Let's chat about what this car can offer, and let's decide whether this car is worth purchasing in 2019.
You can immediately feel it.
Immediate. Yes. But it's so smooth. Like I cannot understand like how like battery smooth this gearbox is.
No, just keep it in gear. Yeah.
Yes. So today we're in a 2017 Ford Focus RS, which is the brand new third generation. First also to have an all-wheel drivetrain as well as a front limited slip diff. This is also the generation where from about 2017 a lot of manufacturers started to introduce a lot of strange numbers with their displacement. This one is exactly the same with a 2.3 litre 4-cylinder down from a 5-pot 2.5 litre. So obviously a slightly smaller engine with new turbo technology. Ford developed a 2-litre motor for their ST platform. They then shipped it off to Cosworth, which changed the displacement to a 2.3 litre for the new Ford Focus RS. So they were able then to squeeze out 350 horsepower out of the motor with 440 newton meters of torque. So a massive jump out of a 4-cylinder 2-litre motor to now a 4-cylinder 2.3 litre. This car that I'm in today also is the Lux Pack. So it has your 8-inch screen in front of you, your Sync 3, which is really nice because it also has the Apple CarPlay as well as Android Auto. So it has the best of both worlds, whether you have any Android platform or any iOS device. So now coming to the exterior of the car. This car is sitting on 19-inch alloy wheels with Brembo all the way around. Really nice to stop all this power at high speed. Also, this comes in the launch color, which is Nitrous Blue. A absolutely beautiful blue. I wasn't a huge fan of it personally because I thought that it was an extremely flat blue. And I wasn't such a fan of the flat colors, especially with the new 2017 to 2019 models. A lot of them are coming out in flat colors. But with this color, if you look at it in certain sun or in certain lights, you'll see that it has a slight flick to it, which adds a lot to this car. Also, there's quite a lot of RS accents, everything from the logos in the wheels to the side of the car, as well as to the front and rear, as well as just to break that color up a little bit by adding almost an anthracite gray throughout the front grille, the rear spoiler. A lot of guys have also complained about the interior of these cars not living up to the standard of its competitors like the Audis or the Mercs or the BMWs, but it's not supposed to live up to that. This is a car that can go on all terrain, anything from snow to gravel and to the road. You can take this car straight off the road and straight onto a track and enjoy them both equally. One thing that I really enjoy about the RS is that it is no stranger to a fun car. You want to be able to drive a car that you can take straight off the road and straight onto the track, have fun on the weekends, as well as have a daily driver. But the one selling point for me for this car is undoubtedly its 6-speed gearbox, because you can't buy this in any German car these days. Yes, the thing was. This car also has quite a multitude of different settings within the car. It comes as standard, which is your normal, your sport, your track, as well as a new feature called drift, which can transfer 70% of the drive to the rear wheels to get the car nice and sideways, which is not only a gimmick, which a lot of cars or a lot of manufacturers like to add as a gimmick. With the RS, there's no gimmicks with this car. You're sitting already in Recaro buckets, which is an optional extra for these cars. People are saying as well that they do hug you because they tend to be quite stiff on the road, but honestly they're not too bad. They're actually quite comfortable. I could drive this car daily. If it's not in track, you can easily drive this car daily. But I mean, this car is definitely more of a track specific car, and I mean, I love the fact that an RS isn't playing around anymore, that an RS is actually trying to be an RS and not something that is an undercover RS. For instance, that was the one thing I didn't like about the RS3. It was a bit soft, and if you drove the car quite slow, then the ECU became sluggish, and that was something for me that I didn't enjoy. I felt that when you wanted the power and when you wanted to enjoy the car, you had to drive it extremely hard for quite some time. Whereas this, you just put it into track mode or sport, and the whole dynamic of the car changes altogether, which is hard to find these days. I cannot believe for like a 4-cylinder how this thing is just producing so much power, and so much consistent power as well. This gearbox is so nice and soft, it's so buttery, and normally with manuals, when you're bashing through the gears, you want something that can easily blend to the next gear, and this car does not disappoint. Just to touch on the competitors real quick, which would be your BMW 140i, your Audi RS3, as well as your brand new A45 AMG from Mercedes. Yes, those cars are a lot faster in straight lines, but this is a track-specific built car, so it is purpose-built. And I think these days, when there's so many competitors fighting for speed and fighting for lap times, the RS has really come out and has mulled the way for a purpose-built Ford Focus RS, or an RS that does not only go fast in a straight line but performs around corners, and that today has become something that is very few and far between with the new small hatches or small platform sports cars. And to me, this is the definition of an everyday driver which you can take to the track on weekends and not only enjoy the speed but have some fun with it. And I think that for today is very rare. So if you guys enjoyed this vlog, please remember to hit that like as well as that subscribe. Drop me a comment if you enjoy the new Ford Focus RS. I enjoy it. I think it's one of the nicest cars that I've driven in the last year. And in all honesty, I would definitely put my money on this car. Definitely sell my current car for this car. Because I mean, who wants to drive a car these days where there's no enjoyment whilst driving? So, if you guys enjoyed this, I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Ciao for now.